we come to the very crucial part on how to use the X-ray machine. So before you begin using your X-ray machine, you first have to warm up your X-ray tube. The reason why we need to do that, when we set the machine ready for usage, you know that we supply potential difference between the cathode and anode, and the potential difference that we allow here at the School of Physics will be about from 50 up to 100. So from the 50 up to 100, it gives the potential difference between the cathode and anode. So first, inside the X-ray tube, your filament will be heated, and this heated filament will release electron, and this electron will attain energy depending on your set kVp. Say that you set your kVp to 100 kV, means that the released electron from the cathode filament would receive energy or would attain kinetic energy from 0 up to 100 keV, with the average from 33 keV to 50 keV, 1/3 up to 50. So that's a lot of energy. And as you rightly know, to produce X-ray, only 1% of the electron will be converted or will be used to generate X-ray, either through characteristic production or Bremsstrahlung production. The rest, the 99% of the electron, is converted to nothing but heat. So this excessive heat is very crucial so that we can avoid, in order to preserve the X-ray tube, excessive heat will cause pitting of the anode, cracking of the anode, will cause a lot of damage on the anode surface. Other than that, it would also cause, excessive heat will cause evaporation in the X-ray tube, or it will create cloudiness, or it can crack the housing of the X-ray tube. So to avoid doing that, what we first need to do is to build the heat slowly. How to build the heat slowly? We increase the kV slowly so that the cold anode can begin with lower heat, lower intensity of heat up to the maximum. So how do we first do that? Here you're seeing here, this is the high HV voltage supply. No students are allowed to touch this area. Only the in-charge staff, which is Mr. Yusanga, Mr. Azmi, and Mr. Jamil. So if you come here and this machine or the X-ray tube is not turned on, you first have to come and get assistance from these 3 people, and they will assist and switch it on for you. One, it is ready. Alright, now what you're seeing here, the X-ray machine that has been set up, so the potential difference is there, but we haven't started any exposure. For warm-up procedure, you have to maximize the collimation. So adjust the collimator and make it as big to an area, the maximum that it could be. And this is the chest RMI phantom. We're just going to remove that so that the surface is even and uniform throughout this area. So maximize this collimation and ensure that the distance is at about 100 centimeter to the as it's stated there. So the distance should be 100 centimeters. So once everything is set up, make sure everything is locked. Now we go to the generator panel. So now here, this is the generator panel. We are going to build the heat from the lowest up to the highest. So the way we do that is having the kVp setting increase from 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 to 100. It is very important for you to remember, with all these various shooting that we are going to do, from one shooting to another, you have to leave at least 30 seconds gap. Even better if you can leave 60 seconds gap. So how are you going to do it? We are going to have 2 shooting at 50 kVp, at 50 MAS, and at 100 MAS. Alright, so this is the kV setting. Now it is set to 50. MA is 100, and second here it is 1. So 100 times 1 is 100 MAS. We should begin at 50 MAS. So we change this to 0.5 seconds. So now this is a setting for shooting at 50 kVp, 50 MAS. So once everything is set and the X-ray room is ready, you close the door. Make sure nobody is inside. Nobody is there, and then you are seeing here the shooting button, you can half press it. You have to half press it, and then right after that you have to full press. So when you half press it, you see that the ring starts appearing, meaning that it is ready for full press. So you press on full, then that now you have to wait for 30 seconds. So within this 30 seconds, you are not allowed to shoot any other shooting, even it is for X-ray warm-up. So this is very important before you start working. So when you have to warm up your X-ray tube, every time if you are the first user of the day in the morning, or if you have left the X-ray tube unattended idle for about 1 hour. Unfortunately, if you are working with your samples and you have to return back to get your sample scanned, you have to repeat the X-ray warm-up procedure. Sample exposure, you are not allowed to expose it one by one within short time. You need to give some lapse. So for warm up, one shooting to another, it's about 30 seconds. So we'll wait for that. Alright, so that's about 30 seconds. So now at 50 kVp, 100 MAS. So you go and change this to 1. So now it is 50 kVp, 100 MAS. And then you half press, and you see a ring appears, and then you full press. And that is 50 kVp at 100 MAS. And this has to be repeated again at 60 kVp. Now 60 kVp has to be done at 2 different MAS, 50 MAS and 100 MAS. At 50 MAS, you reduce this to 0.5. 100 times 0.5 is 50, and then we are still waiting for 30 seconds. And you shoot at 60 kVp, 50 MAS, one shooting, and then 60 kVp, 100 MAS by changing this parameter. Alright, we'll just wait for a few more seconds. Alright, now, so now it is 30 seconds, so you half press that at 60 kVp, 50 MAS, wait for the ring, and full push. We have to wait at least 30 seconds. Now, 60 kVp to 100 MAS. So, this is very important for you to remember so that we can preserve the tube heat loading of the X-ray tube. I'm sure that you have come across this information when you did your study. This is under tube rating calculation, so that can be easily calculated. So now it is 60 at 100 MAS. So this has to be repeated up to 70, 80, 90, 100. So it is 70, 50 MAS, 70, 100 MAS. Alright, so now that is 30 seconds. Full push. 70 at 50 MAS. Okay. Few more seconds. Alright. Green, half push, and then full push. And then change this to 100 MAS. Alright, at 70. Okay. I cut the video here, but you have to work on your warm-up procedure up until you get to 100 kVp at 50 MAS and 100 kVp at 100 MAS. So that must be followed, or else the X-ray tube that we're using is not gonna last. So this is another 30 seconds, so I'll do that. Alright, that's it for the X-ray warm-up procedure. Thank you.